Come on in here. I have my teapot, but the teapot has topics in it. This is our topic teapot. I also have a little owl that has lots of topics in it. I think we'll be pulling out of the owl today because I did the teapot yesterday. Y'all get on in here. I have my cup of tea, so those of you who don't have tea running while we're filling up, everybody's getting in here now. I'll save a place for you, but you have to get on in here and get you something to drink. Something wonderful. I like something warm and snuggly. Yes, my cup of tea is ready to go. And it smells so good. The thing about tea, you kind of have to let all of your senses experience it. You got taste, which I love the taste of my tea. I love the smell of my tea. I love the warmth of the cup, the heat of the tea. It doesn't really make a noise, but when it boils in the pot, it does. It makes a noise. And what's a sight? I like my blue cup, but my tea is really dark, and I just, it just fills your senses full of loving stuff. It's good. So I like hot tea. I really do. I drink it every time we eat Chinese. So we got about 100 and, I don't believe that number. It says 120. It's more like 1,000 people in here right now. It's time to draw, but first I want to do a public service announcement. This is a PSA. Protecting my flybabies from things they forget to do. We have a flybaby, she knows who she is, who totaled her truck day before yesterday, and she is blessed to be alive because she hydroplaned on wet pavement, but she did not have her seatbelt fastened. Yes, it was a mistake, and her precious daddy would have failed her on her driving test if he had been in the car with her. So, folks, you know who you are. When's the last time you checked the tread on your tire? Stick a penny in the tread of the tire, and if it goes to the head of Lincoln, then I think I have to ask Robert about that, and I'll check back with you. But you need enough tread on your tire so that you're not going to hydroplane. And is it time to get some new tires? Think about that. But it's a rule. Every time you get in the car, before you ever start the car, I want you to fasten your seatbelt. Do you want to know how I learned to fasten my seatbelt? This was before, Justin was a baby. We didn't even have car seats back when Justin was a baby. And I wanted to develop a new habit. Of fastening my seatbelt. So I took a piece of paper and some Scotch tape. We didn't even have Post-it notes back then, y'all. No Post-it notes. And I put fasten seatbelts, and it was a piece of construction paper. It was hot pink, and I put it on my dashboard so that it was the thing I saw when I put my car in gear. And I would stop what I was doing, and I would fasten my seatbelt, and I would fasten Justin in. That's how we did it. Yeah, getting a ticket will do it too. For those of you who are Mormon and don't drink tea, you can drink hot lemon water. There's no excuse. You get to drink hot lemon water. Yep, or lime water. Something warm and wonderful, and a wonderful cup to hold. And if you don't have it right now, run and get it. Run and get it. We'll wait for you. So, I've got my wise old owl right here. You know, we're doing body clutter wisdom. Leanne and I have been doing this for several weeks now, and some of you are joining us, but I'm going to pull a little piece of paper out. I put all these in, 13 pages of them yesterday, and I have it. And here is what we're going to talk about today. Well, it doesn't matter if it's a law or not, y'all. It doesn't matter. Do it for you. I had an uncle who died because he didn't have his seatbelt fastened. I have a sister who was saved because hers was. And she's on here right now. Okay, here's the lesson we're going to talk about today. Saving money and how it compounds. And a great way to save money is to menu plan. Isn't this weird? I've posted a link to Leanne's Saving Dinner and her menu answers, because there's nothing worse than getting to 6 o'clock in the evening and not having anything planned for dinner. You know, your kids are pulling on you, Mom, what's for dinner? It pulls on you. It weighs heavy on you. The guilt from not knowing what's for dinner. And someone is I have a friend who lives in Richmond, Indiana, and there is a lady from Richmond, Indiana. They had a tornado the other night in Richmond, Indiana. So, saving money with menu planning is about the only way we can save money these days. You never know where it begins. Well, it begins with your calendar. Get your calendar out. Let me find the 2019 calendar here. Get your calendar out and start keeping a diary of what you cook. It saves time. It saves money. It keeps us sane. It feeds our family well so we don't feel guilty. Amazing things can happen when we just menu plan. And if you don't know how to do it, Leanne will help you. And I'll help you. The main thing is we got to do it. Because if we don't do it, our families are going to be pestering you to death because they want to know what's for dinner. But the money you save, let me tell you, the money you save in 1 week menu planning and planning for leftovers will be able to probably pay your water bill. This is you can save a lot of money when you menu plan. It'll be able to buy you a calendar, both calendars, the little one and the big one. Because here's our new one. Let me grab it here. Menu planning. There you go. Having a menu plan is going to save you money. But sticking the money in the bank, and letting it compound over time, amazing things can happen to just a little bit of money that's put into a savings account. And the interest goes back in and you never touch it. So, menu plan, taking time to menu plan. This is lovely. Menu planning is good for us. It's good for our bodies. Now, I talked to my nephew Ben a while ago, and he was telling me that he never, when he's been in jail before, he never was concerned about what he put in his body and ate. And because he didn't know anything about carbs. He didn't know anything about the insidiousness of carbs in our body. And we feed our families, we have no clue what we're feeding them a lot of times. Because it's super super, I won't say super fueled, but it's carbs. It's all carbs. We fix macaroni and cheese. It's all carbs. And if you figured out how many carbs were in a cup of macaroni and cheese, I could look it up right now, but it would take time for me to. Energy drinks, sausages. Let me see. Macaroni and cheese. If I can see it, it's really little print. And that's my comfort food, let me tell you. It's individual things. But 1 cup of macaroni and cheese is full of carbs. I couldn't see it, y'all. I needed a magnifying glass and I didn't have one. It's full of carbs. So Ben was telling me that used to, when he would be in jail for a while, because he's been in jail several times, he would say, I don't care what I eat, because I'm not going to worry about gaining weight in jail, because he's got my body. You know, he's got the Pickard body. That's my mother's maiden name. And he's got my body. And carbs love us. Or they hate us. I don't know which it is. But he said he would wait till he got out of prison. Then he'd go on his methamphetamine diet. But he can't do that anymore. He's been 4 years clean and sober. He said, Marla, I can't do that. I can't do that to myself anymore. I am clean and sober, and I'm going to be. And he said, sometimes I would take a tortilla, fill it full of ramen noodles and hamburger meat, and I would have over 150 to 200 carbs in that one thing I was eating. Now he's eating 30 carbs a day. That's it. 30 carbs a day. So menu planning gets you to know what you're feeding your family. And seeing the carb count at the bottom of recipes. Leanne's recipes all do that. So check out savingdinner.com. Leanne has some great recipes there to help you save money. And when you save money, you can put it away so that you can buy tires for your car, so that you'll be safe. You know, it costs you nothing to fasten your seatbelt, but it could cost you your life to not fasten it. So everybody, take care of yourself. Fasten your seatbelt. Plan your menus and save some money. Save some money for your family. Put it in a savings account. Let it draw interest. Don't just put it in a cookie jar. Cookie jars make us want to eat cookies. Don't do that. Put it in a bank. Save money. There's some apps out there that you can get that will take your debit. When you use your debit card, it will round up to the next dollar bill and put that money in a savings account for you. Duh. There's also one for cryptocurrency too that will take that money and put it into a cryptocurrency, but I don't recommend that. But think about rounding to the next dollar and you've got that money in there. You've got money in savings. It's interesting. And I'm so proud of all of you who fasten your seatbelts. It is the law in most states, unlike New Hampshire or someplace that doesn't have a whole lot of sense when it comes to our safety. But fasten your seatbelts. I did it before it was a law. So y'all, here we've done another one. Look at this. Saving money and how it compounds. And now we have on our website, on the in the control journal section of our website, we have a financial control journal. FACE control journal. Financial awareness continually empowers. And if you want to get a handle on your spending, whether it's Amazon, I'm an Amazon queen, I'm telling you, I am an Amazon queen, but I've learned to just put things in my cart and then go back and look at them and remove them. I like to window shop with my cart and then I empty it out. It's a fun way to shop without shopping. I've saved a lot of money over the years that way. I've spent some, but I've learned to save that way because I have a rule. You know, this is Scott Adams calls them systems. I call them routines. When I'm shopping on Amazon, I don't ever buy while I'm shopping. I don't ever purchase what I've put in my cart. I always wait till the next day. It works for me. If it works for me, I know it's going to work for you too. So Robert gave me a quote one time. You are prosperous in proportion to what you can do without. Now think about that. You are prosperous in proportion to what you can do without. Our government needs to think about that too. We don't need all these programs. We need to be able to live within our finances. And learning how to save for a rainy day is important. I used to try to put $150 aside each pay period for things like tires on your car. Because nowadays, 4 tires on your car is going to run $1,000. What happens when you need a root canal or a crown on a tooth? It's $1,000. Most big emergencies that come up are $1,000. So you need to have a certain amount of money put away for emergencies. Not max out your credit cards. Having a savings plan and being the first step though is to plan your menus. Planning your menus is going to help you more than anything else. So I've got it done. I'm going to put it in my little basket. 2 of them. I love you all. I will see you tomorrow in the morning at 11 o'clock. And then I will do another one at 3. We are prosperous in proportion to what we can do without. So start planning your menus, planning for leftovers, using those leftovers, because my granny always said, any food, any of those science projects you throw in the trash can, it's like throwing dollar bills down the drain. Dollar bills into the trash can, down the garbage disposal. So please, start planning your menus. Leanne can help you. And it's $10 a month. And you can get access to any type of menu mailer you want. $10 a month. And if you buy a whole year's worth, it's much cheaper. But saving money starts with planning menus. It's pretty much the only place we can say. You can change out all the light bulbs in your house. You can do all of that. But nothing is going to save you money like not going out to eat or not ordering pizza. Or you can do without pizza because pizza dough costs nothing. Tomato sauce costs nothing hardly to make. So, do you know what's for dinner tonight? Knowing what's for dinner is half the battle. Getting it cooked up. In the summertime, using your grill outside keeps you from heating up the house, which keeps your bills down. So, a grilling something, a salad, a vegetable, which can be cooked on the grill, all of this stuff. I love you all. I will see you tomorrow. 11 o'clock and then 3 o'clock. We're doing 2 a day. I get points here, y'all. I love you. Fasten those seatbelts. It's not working.